And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Nick, and we are ready to break down some Monday baseball. I apologize for a no-show yesterday. A personal emergency occurred, which is still ongoing, but it is all good. So I apologize for a no-show yesterday, but we are back at it today and ready to break down some baseball. So we are going to start with this game, the Dodgers and the Miami Marlins. There is some breaking news in this game. Obviously, Tony Gonsolin is gone on the 15-day IL and will not be playing in this game. Also, Mookie Betts is getting a rest day. So their home run guy who's been smashing home runs for a while, a few games at least, will not be in the lineup today. The Dodgers are still minus 165 to minus 179. Miami plus 138, plus 155, and 7.5s right across the board. I bet the Dodgers run line earlier on today. And the book that I use does not count listed pitchers. So the fact that the pitcher was changed does not affect my bet. So my bet is standing as still. It will not be voided. And that's the situation that has occurred. So would I still recommend the Dodgers run line? That's a complicated question. I still think if you look at the situation, yes, Mookie Betts is out. Yes, we are having another pitcher in who played 3 innings in one game, didn't do too bad. Another game, not so good against Pittsburgh. Hasn't really played much this year. But this is the Miami offense. And I can still see the Dodgers winning this game by 2. But I'm not as confident as I was going to be when Mookie Betts and Tony Gonsolin, I assumed, were going to be in the lineup at that time. But there has been a pitching change. Nick, Dodgers, Marlins, did you get to this game before the pitching change, or is there anything after the pitching change? What do you think about this game?
Yeah, did not get involved with this game. I'm trying to see what Michael Grove has done this season, and I can't get the stats up. But I guess at this point, I mean, it has to be Dodgers or nothing, right? At the minus 165 price tag. Obviously, I wasn't going to play them yesterday, or wasn't going to play them at the minus 200 whatever price tag they're at, or I think it was like minus 135 on the run line. But I think this is a little bit more realistic of a price tag. This could be a look-ahead spot because they do face the second-best team in the National League tomorrow, starting a series against them. So this may be a look-ahead to the Mets tomorrow. Who knows? But for me, I'm definitely not betting this game now with Michael Grove on the mound. It'd be, I guess, a lean towards the Dodgers now at the price that it is at, because it's a lot more reasonable than the minus 230 it was before all this. But no, I don't have any interest.
All right. Yeah, Justin, thanks for smashing the like button. How is my dog? Finnegan just went off to the vet, so we will see what happens after the vet sees him to see how he is. But I guess since I'm talking about him, we'll play his video here. I used to play that video there for Dog of the Day, and I thought, hey, today's a good day to play.
Yeah, bring it up. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the second game that I chose here. And it's not the Toronto game, which obviously I'll get to in last pitch. But this game here, I like a bit more. Today, we have the Boston Red Sox, which you can find minus 105 to plus 110. Minnesota is minus 115 to minus 130, 8.5s. And I do see 1.9 available in this one. For me, the Twins are kind of getting back into the race here. It looked a few days ago like they were completely out of it. Now only a couple games behind Cleveland for the division lead. I think 3 games behind for a wild card spot. So Minnesota definitely not out of it. 65 and 61. The Red Sox on the other side, 62 and 66. I think they are pretty much out of it here. I think that series against Toronto was kind of the defining series for them. Bundy has been very good in his last 3 games. His last game against Houston, a loss in 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk. Against Texas before that in a win, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk in 5 innings. And the game before that, another 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk. So he's basically going to pitch 5 innings, give up a couple hits, a walk, and maybe a run or two based on his previous performance here. Brian Bello has a bad ERA, a bad record of 0-3 with a 7.36 ERA. But if you actually do look at what he has done recently, he's pitched pretty well. 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk in 5 innings against Toronto. Pitched 0.2 innings the game before that against Houston. And then previous to that, pretty good game against Milwaukee. 4 hits, 2 earned runs, but he did give up 3 walks in 4 innings in that one. So he hasn't been pitching that bad, but I'm going to back the Twins here. I think they're overall playing better at this time. On a little bit of a winning streak here. I like what Bundy's done. So I took the Twins first 5 money line earlier on today, and I got that for minus 120, the same price as the Dodgers run line. So Nick, Red Sox Twins, what do you think of this one?
I am on the actually opposite side here. I'm on the Red Sox in the first 5. Looking at what Brian Bayo has done recently, actually his advanced numbers are looking actually pretty good. So I'm expecting some positive regression here for him. He has the best FIP on or best Sierra on the slate the last 30 days, a 2.02 FIP. So he's definitely, after his rough start to his MLB career, he's definitely starting to look a little bit better here. And one thing I've noticed is this line has just plummeted, even though money's coming in on the Twins. This line has moved nothing but the Red Sox here. So I really do like the Red Sox in this spot. I think that they're a live dog, if you want to call them in this game. They're a slight dog. I got the first 5 at minus 105. I think that this is a spot where Brian Bayo comes out and he pitches pretty well. And I'm still not trusting of Bundy, and I'm still not high on this Twins team. Yeah, they've won the last couple of games against a struggling Giants team. I'm not sold on the Twins, and I haven't been for a while. And I saw the regression coming from a mile away, and they have regressed since the beginning of the season. I don't know if Byron Buxton's still out of the lineup, but that's a big bat they're missing there. So no, I'm still not sold on these Minnesota Twins. I'm on the Red Sox here, first 5, minus 105.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Twins either. I could very well see them missing the playoffs. I'm not going to say they're a great team or anything like that, but I do think this is a good spot for them here at home, but we'll see what happens. And we'll let the disagreement continue here with this next game. We have the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. You can find the Phillies minus 175 to minus 190. The Diamondbacks plus 145 to plus 160. 8.5s, a couple 9s available in this game here. I am on Philadelphia, Arizona over 8.5 the full game, minus 115. I'm on Philadelphia at minus 1.5 for a unit and a half at minus 105, and another full unit on Phillies team total over 5 at plus 100. I'm going all in on the Phillies today. Bumgarner in his last 5 games has yet to allow less than 7 hits or 5 earned runs. So that's 5 straight games where he's given up at least 5 earned runs and 7 hits. On the other side, this Phillies team, the 4th best team against left-handed pitchers in the league. And I think they're going to smash Bumgarner and the Diamondbacks bullpen after that as well. Yes, Philly traveling, not having a day off, but they did the similar thing earlier on in the year. They had a loss at home against the Mets, traveled to Seattle and won 9-0. And Ranger Suarez was actually on the mound for that game. So I'm kind of looking for a similar type game. I don't think the Phillies win 9-0. I do think Arizona will get a few runs as well. But I like a high-scoring game, and I think the Phillies continue to take care of business here in this one. Nick, Phillies, Diamondbacks. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, this is one that definitely caught my attention because the books have taken a stance on this game. Is one thing I have noticed, because one thing that we are seeing here is that 73% of the tickets and 85% of the cash is on the over in this game. Yeah, so you know what the books have done, right? They made the over a little bit more appealing to bet. It opened up at 9 and they bumped it down to an 8.5, saying, "All right, keep giving us your over money." I'm on the first 5 under 4.5. I'm also another thing I've seen here is another discrepancy with 78% of the tickets are on the Phillies and 53% of the cash is actually on the Diamondbacks. So the bigger bets are coming in on Arizona here as well. This is one of those games where I took Arizona first 5 plus a half a run and the first 5 under 4.5, expecting a 1-1-2-2 type of first 5 innings. So the Bucks are expecting Bumgarner to come out here and pitch a decent game. And I agree with that there. So I'm on the first 5 under 4.5, and I'm on the Diamondbacks first 5 plus the half a run. I don't like the travel spot for Philly. Yes, I know earlier in the season on one game they went and they traveled. Yeah, that's a tough thing to repeat, though. That's a really tough spot in general. So I'm expecting the Phillies to have a little bit of sleepy bats today, more similar to what we saw with the San Diego Padres when they played in Miami, traveled back to San Diego, and were silent against Anibal Sanchez and the Washington Nationals. Something along those lines. So I'm looking for the first 5 under 4.5 and the first 5 plus a half a run. I got that even money.
All right. Luckily, the books are not always right, and they do have games. Obviously, they're right a lot of the time, but they do have games where they get smashed, and I do think making the over more appealing is going to be a big mistake for them today. And then regarding the Padres, yeah, we've seen definitely since that game against Anibal Sanchez that the Padres offense is overrated. The entire team is overrated. So their offense not hitting in that spot against, yes, the travel spot wasn't good for them, but I think it might be more their offense is overall not very good in general. Moving on along, BetStamp, use code WILD when signing up. Follow me there at Let's Go Wild Picks. Find the best odds for whatever you are betting. Line shopping, super important. So make sure to do that. Follow Nick and Tim at ESB. Follow Dave, Picks from Dave. Both the descriptions to their YouTubes are in the link below, are in the description below. So make sure to give them a follow. Going on to the next game, the final game of the night. Padres and the team we were just, obviously the Padres we were just talking about, and the San Francisco Giants here. You can find the Padres plus 117 to plus 105. You can find the Giants minus 125 to minus 133. Sevens, 3 7.5s available, depending on what you like for the total. For me, this play was pretty easy. I got Rodon over 6.5 strikeouts at minus 110. Like I said, use BetStamp to do your line shopping. Some books have the same prop for minus 150, minus 160. And then other books like Bet MGM had it for minus 110. So it's obviously important to do your line shopping. Rodon has pitched absolutely amazing his last few games. There was a few games there where he had like 3 strikeouts in each game, which is very unlike him because he's a very high strikeout pitcher. His last game against Detroit, 10 strikeouts. The game before that, 11 against Arizona, 7 the game before that against Pittsburgh. I think he can get 7 strikeouts against his Padres team because, as we have said, the Padres offense, and you know what? I'll take the heat. I was one of those people that when they got Bell and they got Soto, I thought, oh, this team is going to score some runs and this team is going to be a bet-on team. And boy, was I wrong. So I hope I am wrong again tonight on that and that their offense continues to not do very well against Rodon. And you can strike them out. Nick, Padres, Giants, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, this is a spot that immediately jumped off the page to me last night. And this is actually the only bet I made last night instead of this morning. And I jumped right on the Giants -1 line. Now, this line's dropped a little on us, and I don't really like that it's dropped that way. But Carlos Rendon has been the much better pitcher. Mike Clevinger has struggled a little bit as of late. And this is a Padres team I'm looking to fade whenever I can. Plain and simple. I think this team was massively overrated, and especially since they got Soto and Bell, I think that this is a team that's way overvalued, and I think there's money to be made fading them the rest of the season, and that's exactly what I'm doing in this one here. Once again, I've kind of done this multiple games in a row, and I'm going to continue to doing this. I'm going to fade the Padres. I think there's money to be made here with them. So give me the Giants. I got laid the -1, and I got it at +109. I think you can get around +120 now. The line's dropped a little bit, but I like the Giants here in this spot. It's one of my favorite plays of the day. You're muted. You're still muted.
I am?
Now you're good.
Oh, okay. That was weird because I wasn't muted at all. Maybe that was weird. Maybe I froze.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm glad we agree on this one. Me backing Rodon, and you like the Giants.
Yep.
Cubano said Schwarber home run. So I may have to tail him on that. And I love the Giants last night, but as I see the number go down, I small lean on the Padres, but not confident. Just me trying to line read. Yeah. Well, best of luck. We will move on to last pitch here, and I'm just getting up some information here. So, second. We'll go, obviously, I'll start with Cardinals and Reds, Mikolas against to be determined. I don't know if there's been a pitcher that is listed on any of the other sites, but on MLB.com, it still says to be determined. So obviously I've not got involved in that game yet. We went over the Dodgers game, Cubs and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays coming off getting swept at home against the Angels. Boy, was that a rough series for me to watch. I thought to myself, how come the Toronto, who had won 6 of 7, and the Angels, who had lost 6 in a row, how come things changed so drastically? And then I looked back at some past history here. The Angels are actually 15-5 in their last 20 games in Toronto. The Toronto has not won a series against the Angels, I believe, since 2012, so over 10 years. I'm not going to use that as an excuse because obviously the Jays still should have been. This is still an Angels team that the Jays should have been able to score runs off of. So not using it as an excuse, but I really pay attention to that past history stats with hockey. I haven't really looked at as much with baseball, but definitely after this series for the remainder of the year, I'm definitely going to look at it more like I do with hockey because past history does matter. Into this game here against the Cubs, Berrios obviously much better at home than on the road. He's pitched pretty well on his 2 road games there in Boston and in New York. So I'll have to see what he does today. Javier Assad has pitched 1 game at home against the Cardinals. He went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 walks, no earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. So obviously 4 walks and 4 innings and 4 hits and 4 innings isn't the best, but he got lucky not allowing an earned run. Now he gets to face a Toronto offense that in the last 3 games looks really bad. So really in this game, I do have Toronto money line in a parlay with the Dodgers and the Phillies. I don't know if that parlay is still valid or not, or if it will get avoided because of the pitching change with the Dodgers. But I do still think Toronto gets the win, but I'm not going heavy on them in this spot against the Cubs. we'll move on along to some of the other games. Not very many games left, obviously. Pirates, Brewers. I don't see any pitcher announced for the Pirates. I'm not a fan of the Brewers, so this game was ultimately a straight pass. And the other game that we didn't talk about, the Yankees and the Angels, heavy lean to the over. I think it's 8.5 or 9. Actually, I think it was 8 when I was looking at it earlier. I will get you that information. It is currently still 8. So you can get over 8 for minus 109. I do lean to the over. Not on it here. Again, the Angels going from Toronto to New York, which isn't horribly a long flight. But
They're heading back to LA.
Oh, they're going back to LA. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yes. Okay, so it is a long flight. They're going back to LA home against the Yankees. My bad. I knew there was something about travel in there, but so if the travel really does make a difference, that could be a reason to not bet the over. So ultimately, it was a pass, but a lean to the over in that game. I didn't get to it. Nick, what do you think here for last pitch?
Passed on the first 2 games, Cardinals, Reds. It'll be lean towards the Reds because Cardinals did travel last night after Sunday Night Baseball after a big series at the Braves. Thank you, Cardinals, by the way, taking care of those Braves, winning 2 out of 3. That was nice to see as the Braves continue to struggle against teams with over 500 records. But you passed on the Dodgers game. I did take the first 5 under with the Cubbies and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays bats have been silent in the last couple days, and I think the Cubbies are missing a couple bats, if I'm not mistaken, and I can see Barrios having a good performance at home because he pitches much better at home. So first 5 under 5 is what I got to with the Chicago game. We already touched on the Boston game. I had Boston first 5. Passed on the Pirates game. Maybe take 2.5 runs with the Pirates, anticipating that the Brewers don't score many runs, and asking them to cover 3 at home, maybe a lot. So that may be an interesting look. I do like the first 5 under with the Yankees and the Angels, and it's similar to the that Philly game where I can see a little bit of a sleepy bats here on a Monday after travel, especially with the Angels going through customs, from Canada back into the United States, across the country to LA. It definitely is a Yankee spot too. I did not bet the Yankees, but it would definitely be a Yankees spot in this game. So lean the Yankees, but I have the first 5 under on that one, and then we went over the last 2 games. So, a light slate tonight, but got a couple plays I like.
All right. Cubano says Judge will hit number 50.
Okay.
So we shall see. But we will go on along to the best bet segment. We will start with over under, as we always do. And for me, it is Philadelphia team total over 5, which is about plus 100. You can also get the 4.5 for I think minus 130 at some spots, depending on what you like to bet. If you want to go safer with the over 4.5, but I like the team total over 5. Nick, you're going with Toronto and the Cubs first 5 under 5.
Yep.
That's a pretty high number, 5. But well,
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, San Francisco team total over 3.5 for Tim. And Ryan is going Minnesota, Boston over 8.5 for his over under. A dog of the day. Nothing for me, nothing from Ryan. Nick, you're going with the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
And Tim is going with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Moving on along to Parlay Piece. Do I want to stick with that? The Dodgers money line? I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it because I still think the Dodgers won this game. Nick, so for me, Dodgers money line for Parlay Piece. Nick, you're going San Francisco Giants money line.
Yep.
Tim is going with the Yankees money line. And Ryan is going with Philadelphia team total over 4.5. Going on to the best bet segment here. For me, Philadelphia Phillies minus 1.5. I think they take care of the Bumgarner here in the spot. Nick, you're going San Francisco Giants minus 1.5, plus 168. Tim, really surprising me with his best bet, going the Yankees minus 1.5.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not often that you see Tim really excited to go bet the Yankees. So maybe this is really definitely a Yankee spot. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Aiden asks thoughts on Mookie over on total bases. Hits well off Lopez and he's hot.
He's out. He's not playing tonight.
Yes. Sadly, that is one of the reasons why I am sad that I couldn't get the push in the Dodgers run line. That's because he is not out. And I was looking forward to betting his home run prop. So if he was in playing today, I would be on his home run prop. But sadly, he is not playing. Ryan does still trust the Dodgers without bets and with the pitching change and is going with the Dodgers -1.5 plus 100 for his best bet. That is today's show. Best of luck to everybody tonight. In about half hour, we will be going over the Calgary Flames and their NHL offseason, looking at their futures for this year. Very interesting team. Obviously, a lot of turnover in their top six, a lot of changes. So we'll definitely be talking about that. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we will see you in half hour for the Calgary Flames video. And then tomorrow, it's 3 p.m. for another episode. Getting well with Terry and friends. Best of luck today, guys.